Do you also have this voice in your head saying, I want to do my own thing, but I don't know what to do? You're tired of having a boss. You want freedom, travel the world, enjoy with your family, wake up at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday morning? What if I told you that there's a secret business you can start that nobody talks about with a skill you already have, even if you've never been an entrepreneur before? Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you why you already have the skill, even if you think you don't, the numbers can realistically hit with the secret quote unquote business, and how to make it happen in 90 days or less, starting from zero. So let's dive in. So let's start with the first one. Why you already have the skill, even if you think you don't. Well, because the secret business that I'm gonna talk about is called language coaching business. What is language coaching business? Well, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward, is that you help people to learn a language, right? And why is it awesome? And why you already have the skill? Because look at it. You speak one language for sure. And if you watch this video, you speak English. Maybe it's not your native language, which is fine. You don't need to teach your native language, but you understand English. But the thing is that everybody on earth speak at least one language, meaning that you have a skill that someone doesn't have. Let me give you a very easy example. Lionel Messi, I guess you know this dude. He's one of the most famous football player in history, Lionel Messi. He speaks Spanish. His native language is Spanish, right? He went to play in France. He's now in the US, in Miami, even though a lot of people speak Spanish there, but you get the idea. If you speak French, or if you speak Italian, if you speak German, you have a skill that Lionel Messi doesn't have. Yes, he's better than you at football, but he's not better than you at French or at German. Well, obviously, you'd be like, oh, but why would he learn German? Well, that's the exact point that I'm gonna show you after. You cannot teach Lionel Messi Swedish or Norwegian or whatever. It doesn't make any sense, right? I'm gonna teach you what to do and what language to pick in the next minutes. But what you have to understand is that you have a skill that someone out there doesn't have. And a lot of people are getting this so wrong. They think they need to become experts. When I started my first language coaching business, when I was 20 years old, I was studying at a university in the Netherlands. I decided to teach English, right? I was like, man, there's a market. There's like so many people, so many French people. Maybe you notice French people are not very good at speaking English. They're not good at it, right? This is just a fact. They even know it, right? Look, there's a market. I learned English somehow. I was not fluent at all. But here's the thing. I was 2 or 3 steps ahead of my avatar, of my audience. This is what you have to understand. This is so important. A lot of people get this so wrong. They think they need to become doctors. They think they need to become experts. No. If you know, if you're 2 or 3 steps ahead of the guy that you're gonna help, you can sell. You can literally make a living out of it. This is how I started. My first student, his name was Thomas. His name is still Thomas, by the way. Talk about it all the time. His English level was not even 0, I would say. It was not even 0. He couldn't say anything. Well, I would say the basic, thank you, good morning. And my level of English was not that good back then, 5 years ago, but he literally saw me as an expert because I was there. Imagine, it's the same thing in fitness, right? On my side, I don't want to have a bodybuilder as a coach. I just want to have a shredded guy that has a 6-pack, that has big arms, not bigger, crazy big, right? I just want someone that can help me. I don't need this bodybuilder, doctor that has a PhD in fitness. No, I just need someone that relates to my situation and that can help me. So stop thinking that you need to become an expert. So if you speak even one language, or if you learn one, you can teach Like, this is crazy. I know, but this is true. This is what I did. So I learned English. I knew a couple of languages. I was like, all right, so I can help others speaking English. Well, obviously, I couldn't help advanced learners to become fluent, right? I remember I had a friend who did this because he was fluent, and it was, I think it was his native language, sorry. But on my side, I helped beginners that couldn't speak at all to become conversational. And this is something you can do, right? With a language you learned. Like, this is crazy. I'm gonna tell you something. Well, this is not something you can sell, but I'm currently learning Arabic, right? And I know a couple of sentences. I can communicate a bit. I can, like, order a coffee or something. And to my, how can I say it? Yeah, I can literally teach someone the basics. Obviously, I'm not gonna charge for this, but I can teach this. Because I know a couple of words. I can teach someone the basics of Arabic, like literally now, to a friend. Hey, this is how we say this, this is how we say this. So if you learn a bit more, then you can help a beginner do the same, right? So whether it's your native language or a language you learn, you can sell. This is crazy. And a few things to remember. You don't need to become an expert. You can help beginners. You just need to be 2 or 3 steps ahead, and you can learn a ton while you have the students. When you have students, especially when you start, you give your absolute best to them, and then they love this. They just love being like consentidos, as we say in Spanish. I don't have the word in English, consentidos. They love to be consentidos, that you take care of them, that you're there. They love this. They don't want to join this school that has like 2,000 students a month. No, they want this one-on-one coach that is there for them, that understand their problematics, and so on and so forth, right? So this is very important. Now, what about the numbers that you can realistically hit with this business? This is the sexy part. This is the cool part about this business, is that, a lot of people, and I don't want to brag about how much I make or whatsoever, but a lot of people think that you can make 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 euros a month, which is not the case. You can literally hit more than 100,000 a month. Obviously not profit. Well, you can, actually, you can profit. But this is what you can hit. Because let me tell you something. The difference is that you're building a business, right? You're not just a freelancer or something like this. You're building a legit business that lasts long term. This was my vision when I started. Just didn't want to teach. I was like, all right, I'm gonna start teaching, and then slowly but steadily I'm gonna hire people, and when I build a business, and then maybe later I can sell this, right? And this is the thing. How do you make sure it makes money? Well, first thing is that you need to have a good offer. A good offer means that you don't sell per hour, right? This is, a lot of people do this so wrong. Even like in fitness or languages, they just, go in platforms or whatever, and they just start to teach for 12 euro, 15, 20, 25 euros, even 50 euros an hour. This is wrong, right? Well, again, if you want to do this and you don't want to build your own thing, you want to be part of a company, because I have a lot of coaches that don't necessarily want to do their own thing. They just want stability, and this is where they work with us, because they don't want to get clients, to run ads, to do the accounting, to do the law thing, to deal with the clients that want refunds, to build a program. They don't want to do this, and that's fine. But if you want this, what you have to do is that you have to create an offer and a package that is premium. In English, we call this high ticket, right? Which is between 2,000 and 5,000, even more, euros per client. Oh, but who's gonna pay this? People are gonna pay it if you solve a problem. This is the whole point. Your offer has to solve a painful problem of your audience, right? So again, back to the messy thing. If you sell Norwegian courses to Lionel Messi, it's not gonna work. It's not a painful problem. But if you help him, back then when he was playing for PSG, if you help him to speak French, like basic French, like, man, I'm gonna teach you French. It's gonna last 2 weeks, but I'm gonna teach you whatever happens, blah, blah, blah. You can literally charge him 25,000 euros because it's like, he has money, right? He has buying power. So This is what you can do. I literally sold programs at 2K, 5K. I went up to 10K programs just for one single client, right? So basically, you do the math. I love to reverse engineer the thing here. So let's say you want to make 100K with this business, all right? 100K. 100K, let's say you sell at 2K, 2,000, right? Well, you need 50 students. 50 students in a month. It's nothing. 50 students. We're like 8 billions on earth. 50 students to get to 100K a month. 1 million a year. And if you just want to hit 10K a month, you need 5 students. 5 students. Let's say you get 2. One of them refer you. You literally need to get 1 client a week. You just spend your whole week getting 1 student. This is your only task. And you get to 10K a month. This is what you can do. And now I'm having days where I have 1, 2 students. Sometimes I have 5 students in a day. Yes, this is what you can hit, right? I know it sounds crazy, but it's simple as this. You literally have a skill that you already have. You don't have to learn something new. You can teach this. You can teach languages to someone that you're 2 or 3 steps ahead. You choose the audience, right? Again, LearnMSC Norwegian courses, not a good thing. But maybe German expats that live in Spain, in South America, that want to learn Spanish. You can teach Dutch to German families that move to the Netherlands. You can teach German to French people. You can teach Italian in the car industry. You can teach any language, Arabic, and French expats in the Middle East. You can teach any language. And you can teach Thai, and it doesn't matter. You have so many audiences, so many markets, and you position yourself as the expert there. You have a premium price, and then you just sell. And if you're good at, you don't even need to be good at sales actually. And then you just get a couple of students, and you can hit 10K, 20K. I've seen so many people hitting those numbers, and I've hit them myself by just literally getting more students, and that's it. It's simple as that. Those are the numbers you can for sure you can hit minimum 100K a month. 100K a month for sure. This is if you just do the basics, you literally pick an audience that has buying power, big pain. Then you acquire them, you sell, you deliver, then they refer you. You're gonna get there. It's simple as that. I've made a video where I go more in details about how to do it. I'm gonna maybe put the link in the description or something. But you can I don't know what to say about this because this is crazy because I didn't believe it back then. But it's simple math, simple reverse engineer. In order to make 10K, if you close at 2K, you need 5 students. So your whole day, your only task, if you want to make 10K a month, you need to get 5 students in 1 month. Nothing else. You just need to focus on, okay, I'm gonna get 5 students. That's it, right? It's just this, simple math, all right? And actually, I've been thinking because I think maybe I'm gonna show you a bit what my numbers, not in details, don't want to brag, don't like this. My family's watching, all right? My family's watching, my friends are watching maybe, so I don't want to brag about it, but good numbers, solid numbers. In my opinion, even my accountant yesterday, he told me this. He told me, let me just, oh, it's funny. Because I had a call with my accountant and, he told me, I said, yeah, we can do better. He said, no, it's exceptional. It's awesome. I'm translating. I said, oh, we can do better, but we're slowly increasing the numbers, and said, stop, man, come on, it's exceptional. So yeah, obviously maybe he just says this because I'm his client, but whatever. All right. So I'm maybe going to show you exactly how it looks, how a month looks like at my language school, because I'm still running a language school up to this day. And now I'm lucky because I have time to shoot content. Now basically my day is like shooting content, advertising, having calls with my sales team, and basically shooting content the whole day, writing advertising campaigns, doing conferences and all that stuff. But because I have a team, right? I have like more than 10 coaches in my company that do the language classes for our students. I have a sales team selling the program, and I also have a media buyer that like runs the advertising campaigns, a head of sales, a head of product. So this is pretty cool. But I'm gonna show you how it looks like, because on my side, like, to be honest, it might sound crazy, but if I don't make less than 30K a month, it's gonna be a big problem. I can't, because my costs are more than 30K a month. So I can't make less than 30K a month. Like literally, if I make less, I'm basically in troubles, right? So I have to make more than 30K a month, because I have, like, as I told you, like more than 10 coaches. I have 3 people in the sales team, media buyer, and all those people. Well, obviously they work full time. I'd say 90% of them. So obviously they need to eat, they need to live, they need to pay their invoices, their bills. So I need to pay them, right? But again, this is not what you want to hear here. What you want to hear is that what you can do with this business, right? And you can literally make. I've seen it. I've done it. You can make those numbers. Like, even if you think about it, because even if your price is 3,000, you create an amazing package, right? An amazing package for, let's say, football players in the Netherlands that need to learn Dutch. You sell one student a month at 3,000. You make 3,000 euros a month. This is crazy. You can quit your job. You can travel. Like, imagine 3,000. I remember when I was like 21, I pitched an entrepreneur that was living in Dubai, 3,000. And, he just paid one shot, 3,000. Boom. It's crazy. With one client. Because you build an offer that solves a problem. You help people learning something so important. Again, back to the audience. You have to define this. But people are happily going to pay for it. And you can do it right now. If you have a skill that nobody has, you can literally be 2 or 3 steps ahead. All right? So now, how to make it happen in 90 days or less? Well, I made a video about it, but I'm just gonna give you the steps before we stop this video. Well, how to make it happen? I talk about it all the time, but it's very easy, right? First step, it's not like believe in yourself, whatever. No, first step, choose a niche, right? Basic. You just choose a niche. Again, who do you want to help? And based on your strength, right? On my side, I helped French entrepreneurs. Why? Because my native language is French, right? So I also had a hedge because I knew a lot of them already. I was in contact with them because I built a business before it failed, but I made a lot of contacts and I saw that there was a big problem there. So I spoke French. I knew them. I had a couple of followers on Instagram, but not a lot. I had a little edge, right? Let's say. And there was a big problem. And there's a lot of them. So big markets, right? So I positioned myself as the expert there. So this is what you can do. Based on your strength, maybe you speak Spanish and you saw that a lot of people in the Netherlands, they just want to speak Spanish. Dutch people, Dutch expats in Spain. And you become that guy. And don't worry, even if you have 500 students, right? Then you can literally make affiliation with travel agencies, right? If you see that they travel a lot, or just a quick example, don't recommend this, but this is an example. Let's say it's very niche down. It's maybe too much, but just so that you understand the concept, this is very important. Let's say you help Dutch expats that live in Spain, right? Learning Spanish. and you know that those expats, they always go to the same restaurants, then you can ask the restaurant, hey, my students are coming here all the time, let's make a deal. Or you see that those Dutch students, they always take the same airline company. Then you contact the airline company and say, hey, all my students already always book with you. I'm gonna bring you more students. They just gonna come with you. They're Dutch, they pay well, and so on and so forth. Let's make a deal. You can make this with everything, all right? You can make this with even better. Let's say you help Latinos, okay? You help Latinos, so you help Spanish speakers learn English, all right? Well, you realize that those Spanish speakers, they speak English because they want to get a job in America or in Europe. So what do? You get in touch with recruitment agencies and you tell them, hey, I'm gonna bring you all my students, so I want them to get a job with you, you place them and I get a commission based on the salary, blah, blah, blah. And so you increase, I don't want to go too much in details, but you increase your LTV. This is so good. Like imagine. So you have only 500 students, but you keep having business because of those, like this is what I call with my team, we call this figure out what's the next problem. You just figure out what's the next problem, right? This is awesome. We just like, all right, so what's their next problem? So they learn Spanish, but then they want to move in Spain. Oh, all right, maybe I can get in touch with a real estate agency and I'm gonna make a deal. So whenever, let's say they pay you 2K, but then they buy a house, let's say even 20% of your clients buy a house. So like, all right, let me get in touch. So when they speak Spanish, then they buy a house, but they buy from my contact and I get a commission because I give them a client. And then when they buy a house, after they go to this gym. All right, let me make some deals with like 5 or 6 gyms in Spain, in the capital, whatever. So they go to my gym. And this is how you build a business, right? And this is very important for the niche. And with only 500 students, 300 students, you can make a living. And you don't need to chase students all the time. If you want, you can. But this is how you increase your LTV. And this is just amazing. Very simple, you know? Very, very simple, right? I have a friend, by the way, just to give you even more examples so that you really understand this concept. This is so important. I didn't understand back then, so I don't want you to make the same mistake. I have a friend, he's we're gonna do a podcast together, by the way. He helps gyms, right? Gyms to make more money. He basically helped gyms that struggle to, fill the memberships. They don't have enough memberships, so he helps them to get more memberships, right? More members. Gyms that are empty and so on and so forth. And what he does is that he helps them. This is very smart, by the way. So he helps them, and then they make more money. They have more members, and then they have too many members, so they need to open a new gym. So what does he do? He helps them to open the new gym, but with his contact. And then when they open a new gym, what do? They need more equipment. Right? They need more equipment. They need more machines. They need more bench. They need more dumbbells, right? So what he does is that he has a contact, or I think he didn't even have a contact. He builds a second company that produces equipment so that he buys once and then he buys from, this is so smart. This is how you have to think. So then they open a new gym and they need equipment, so they buy from him. And then when they need nutrition, let's say nutrition, they need food, then he has if you put it like push it to the extreme, then you have a supplement company and so on and so forth. This is how you have to think, right? Very important for the niche so that you increase your LTV, right? So now the second thing that you have to do once you define your niche and you really see the long-term vision, right? You have to get them. Or you have to acquire them. Before you sell them, you have to find them somewhere. So how do you do this? Well, this is how I did it. And you can literally, it's very simple. You open an Instagram page, LinkedIn page, Facebook page, whatever. YouTube is, I don't really recommend YouTube because it's longer and it's more difficult to get in touch. On Instagram, if you have a couple of followers, it's fine. People trust you. And on YouTube, if you have like me, I don't have a lot of followers, it takes time. So now I'm doing this long term because it takes time, right? And what you have to do is, you basically send them DMs. You send them DMs. Very simple. You post content, like a couple of content. Hey, let's say you teach Spanish. Here's how to say this in Spanish. Boom. Then you get people that are watching your content. You post stories. Stories are also very, very good. You post a story of you teaching Spanish, of you and a student, or of you in Spain, or whatever. Then you see that people are going to watch your story, and then you reply, you answer like, hey, I just saw you watch my story. Are you learning Spanish? Yes, of course. Then you keep going with the conversation, and then you ask them to book a call to see if you can help them, right? And then I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do in this call, but this is the first step. So basically, you either send cold DMs to people, right? What you can also do is that you try to find a list of your competition, right? This is what I did also in the past, sorry guys, of like other language, Spanish courses, whatever, you get the idea. You go there, right? You go there and you basically check the followers or check the people that liked recently, commented, and then you follow them or you send them a message, right? This is what you can do. Like, again, are you gonna do this your whole life? No. Is it how you're gonna get your first students? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes. Is it ethical? Yes. Is it boring? Yes. Does it work? Yes. So do it. If you send 1,000 DM, I guarantee you're gonna find a customer. 100%. It's impossible you don't. Just do more volume. On my side, I did this, and I had 2 people, so I hired 2 people, and we're 3 on an Instagram account sending 300 DMs a day, roughly. Do we think we got clients? Of course we did. Of course. Imagine sending 300 DMs. Of course, maybe even like 250 people are not gonna answer. 30 people are gonna answer and tell you, oh, I'm not interested. What is this? Of course not, I'm not. But 20 people, like it's not even 1%, 10, it's like not even 10%, even less. Even if 5% answer, it's good. You have customers without paying advertising. This is crazy, right? So this is the first thing you do. So you send DMs either with your competition, either with your content or people who watch your story. And whenever they follow you, you send them a welcome message and then you have a conversation with them really natural. Like, hey man, how can I help you? What's up with your project? And then you basically book a call. So now, third step, sales. Sales is how you make it happen. When you book a call, what you have to do is on this call, you don't have to just sell your program, right? But in this call, sales is very important. Sales, a lot of people are doing this so wrong. What you have to do is you have to listen like 95% of the time. And you talk 5% of the time. You let them talk, right? They're gonna tell you, just ask questions. Why do you want to learn Spanish? For how long have you been learning Spanish? Why is it so hard for you? What are your questions? I don't have them in mind because it's in whatever you tried in the past, why it didn't work. And then once you have the pain, the problems, then you ask questions about their goals. Okay, so what are your goals within the next 3 months? Why is it important to you? How would you feel if you achieve this? And so on and so forth. Then you have the problems, you have the goals. And if you want to get rid of the problems and achieve those goals, well, this is my product, this is my offer. It's 2,000 euros. It's gonna be this and this and this and this and this and this. I'm gonna give you absolutely everything. It's a 3-month program, 3, 6 months, 1 year, whatever. Don't just do one session, do a package, right? It's a transformational package. And then people tell me, yeah, that's it. So yeah, let's do it, right? If he says yes, well, I'm gonna make a video about like objections because people don't say yes all the time, right? But if he says yes, then you just onboard him and you start teaching, right? And then it gives you time. What's good is that you can even tell him, hey, yeah, cool, awesome, let's start, but it starts in 15 days, right? You make him pay you on a call and then he starts or she starts in 15 days. So it gives you time for step 4, which is coaching, which is knowing exactly how to do it, right? And how you can do it, well, how to learn how to coach, well, pretty easy. For what I did on my side is that I bought a lot of courses on how to teach, how to coach, because I made my first sale and then I needed to learn. And how I learned is by doing 2 things. First, buying a lot of courses on how to do it, pretty straightforward. And second, by having the student and literally asking him what he wanted to do. And then slowly but steadily, I build my program. Like, hey man, what do you want to work on tomorrow? Oh, I want to do this and this and this. All right, cool. So let's do it. It's as simple as that. I know it's crazy, but just by asking, what do you want to work on tomorrow? All right, I want to do this. All right, cool. So let's do this. You just help them with what they need. You don't teach them vocabulary. You don't do this. And then you just speak with them. This is awesome. And then when you're going to figure out on the way, trust me, I know it's hard to think, but you're going to figure out on the way when you teach them and you become better. You become better. The first one, you listen to them, you ask them questions, then you build your program, right? And if you really want details about coaching, I'm gonna make a video about it maybe. You know, if there's one regret I have is that I was so obsessed by like, knowing how to teach, knowing how to coach, knowing how to do this. But if only I knew that the only thing you need is to get students. Because when you get students, then you just, obviously, if you know nothing about coaching, if you don't speak the language, it doesn't make sense. But if you have the basics, you can literally just listen to him and then practice a bit. That's it. This is all they want, right? You listen to them, you give them homeworks, like, hey, do you have a video about this? Yeah, sure. You make research now with ChatGPT, you can even do it. Then you practice with them, you give them feedback. That's it. Such as you would help a friend learning a language when you're in a party or whatever. This is how you do it. When you start, then again, you can become better, obviously. But I'm just saying here that when you start, it's totally okay to not become the expert or whatever. Then just obviously become better and better and better and better. How you become better is by teaching. Well, makes sense, right? You just become better at teaching when you teach, and by taking courses in the meantime, how to improve. But that's it, right? And then the last step is hiring, right? When you have too many students, so this is what I did. When I had too many students and I couldn't take more because at the end, like if you have one student every week, let's say it's 1 hour a week, well, you cannot have like 100 students because 100 students is 100 hours a week, which is complicated if you want to sleep, right? So at some point you hire people. And I made a video about it, about hiring, but basically, hiring is very simple as well. You either DM people and you're like, hey, I'm hiring, this is my offer, and so on and so forth. Let's jump on a call. Or you run ads and you do the exact same thing. Hey, I'm looking for someone that speaks this language, that has those criteria, and so on and so forth. Then you jump on a call. You basically sell the offer of the job, and then you select them, and then you basically train them. That's very, very simple, very easy, right? And this is how you build a language coaching business, right? You choose a niche. When you choose the niche, you basically get in contact, you reach out to them, then you sell, right? You sell them, you deliver, you coach, and once you have too many students, once you coach a lot, you hire people. Like that's it. This is this business has allowed me to travel, to wake up at any time I want, to go to the gym whenever I want, to not at like 5 p.m. when it's crowded. It allowed me to have amazing experiences, to just like choose to travel on a Tuesday evening because I wanted to learn languages at the same time at like 2 p.m., 5 p.m. or any time I wanted. This is just awesome because you can choose. Then you have your own students. You can choose, like, hey, I just teach on Tuesdays or just teach on Saturdays, and the rest of the week you can do anything. You can literally place your students on Monday and Tuesday because it's high ticket. Remember, you can only get 2 or 3 students. Well, let's go back to the 2. Let's round it up at 2.5. You get 4 students at 2.5K, right? So you have 4 students in 1 month. 4 students that takes 1 hour a week. Well, you have 4 hours a week. Well, obviously with like sending reminders, maybe they're late for scheduler. Let's round it up to 6 hours a week. This is not even 1 day. So you can literally tell them, hey, I only coach on Fridays or Thursdays and Fridays. You put the frame, hey guys, but by the way, this is only Thursday and Friday. And the rest of the week you can either travel, learn languages, or get more students, right? So you spend more time getting more students, and when you have too many students, you hire, then obviously you lose a bit of profit, but that's the whole point. And then I know it's crazy, but nowadays I literally have the choice to do what I want. Well, obviously I have to do something, sometimes, things I don't like, but this is so good. Sometimes someone is trying to come in or what? And yeah, this is very good, guys. So this is how you make it happen. This is how you can start a language coaching business, one of the best business in my opinion, because we also didn't talk about this, but you help people. You have a real impact. You know, you're not selling like weird things or crypto or whatever. You have an impact on people. And you get a lot of reviews, people refer you, people like it, it's not weird. So, and it's a cool vibe, like I mean on calls. This is something I didn't talk about, but I was learning so much. I helped famous people. I don't want to say like, oh, famous people or so, but I learned so much. Like I learned about business. I learned about music. I learned about, because they were just talking about it. I was like giving them feedback, and at the same time I was learning and in touch with them, so I understood how they think. Imagine, this is crazy. Like you're getting paid, you learn, you laugh, you just speak with people the whole day as you were, like, imagine, you just speak with people. This is crazy. You speak with people, you give them feedback. Imagine, you can speak with people every day and getting paid. This is awesome. And the rest of the week you do something else. Awesome, right? Like, how on earth would someone not do it? You can travel, you're free, you have freedom, you can getting paid well, you can choose your schedule. It's just awesome. So yeah, that's it. If you want my help to make sure that you do everything right? I teach you about sales exactly. What are the techniques to sell better, to have the right offer, to have the right audience, to not choose a weird audience that nobody wants to learn this language. Or you want my help in coaching, because so I've been coaching for like the past 5 years. Now I have a team of coaches. I have a head of coach. We have programs. We have really specific things. So click in the description down below and we're going to jump on a call, you and me. And it's a totally free, no strings attached. Don't worry. It's just a call that is entirely for free. I'm going to check with you if I can help you. If I can help you, I'm going to propose you to join my program. If not, we would have spent a very good time together. And if you want to work with me or my team to become a coach within my team, and you don't want to handle the sales part, the hiring part and all that stuff, then you can also apply to work with me and my team. So you don't have to do nothing. You just work with us. This is also very good. The link is in the description. I see you in the next one. Bye-bye.